Live from the O'Brien Service Stadium. This is the fifth quarter.
Hello and welcome to the fifth quarter. I'm John Runnelman. This is Kevin Motzinger, and this is the place to be for coverage from the second round of the high school football state playoffs. And if you win the night after Thanksgiving, Coach Motzinger, you are probably a pretty good high school football team.
No, probably. You're a great football team if you're playing after Thanksgiving, for sure.
And some of these teams that won tonight get to play the first Friday of December. But right now, we're not going to tell you which ones they are. All right, Laney High School won their first playoff game in 5 years just last week. Can the Buccaneers pick up another playoff win tonight? It is not going to be easy. Wake Forest High School is the #1 seed in the East in the 4AA playoffs. The Cougars are known for scoring a lot of points, but Laney scores first in this one, Coach, and it is Meek Watkins.
Yes, sir. You know, a lot of people, all the experts in Vegas would have changed this one, but I tell you what, Laney came to play. Hats off to them. Great game. Wake Forest had put up a ton of points and only given up 6. And Meek scores right there. It was 6-0 the first quarter into halftime. And right here in the fourth quarter, Devon Lewis takes it about 40 yards, gets close down in the red zone, and then finally punches it in. Extra points good. 7-6 Wake Forest.
Boy, what a big extra point it is, because that ends up being the final score. 7-6 is the final. Wake Forest holds off Laney. Boy, did Laney play great football tonight up in Wake County, but the Buccaneers unfortunately come up just a little bit short against Wake Forest High School. All right, let's head to Greenville to see the Rose High Rampants and the Hoggard Vikings. Coach, we begin with a bad snap to the Rose punter.
You always worry about any day out of school. You know, your kids get out of sync, out of rhythm, little things end up hurting you, especially on a Thanksgiving holiday, and it proved that tonight. The Rampant, number 24, Rashad Wallace right here, it makes them pay. You know, drop punt, bad snap, and Hoggard goes up.
All right, what do we have here? This is another punter, and this one's dropped.
Bad snap, punter panicked a little bit, but tried to do the right thing, kick it out of bounds, give them safety. Hoggard goes up 9-0. Coach Underwood feeling good about where they are.
And now they're going to go up 16-0 after this sensational catch by Colin Harrell.
Yes, sir. Look at the focus right here. This kid didn't eat too much turkey. He must have stuck with just the hand. Focused, caught the ball, great throw, great catch. And again, Hoggard punches it in, going up 16-0.
All right, so Hoggard has a big lead. Rose eventually makes a game of it tonight up in Greenville, but Hoggard is going to move on. This was a high-scoring affair. Rose does give up a lot of points, and they did it again tonight. 65-41 is your final score. Hoggard will have to face perennial power Scotland County next Friday on the road in round number 3. All right, our next stop is Legion Stadium in Wilmington. It is a second round state playoff game between New Hanover High School and Cardinal Gibbons. And Coach, the Crusaders get off to an early lead. They get off to an early lead with that touchdown pass we're seeing right there. So it's a 7-0 lead. Now it's going to be, before you know it, a 15-0 lead for Cardinal Gibbons over New Hanover.
Yes, sir. They jumped out on them early, ended up with a 15 points. They do a water bucket for the extra point, had an uncovered guy, found him, went up, got 2-point conversion, go up 15-0.
All right, so does New Hanover respond after falling behind by 15 points? Some guys that you know think they could respond, and they do on this play, Coach.
Jairee Taylor, Blake Walston. Jairee ran a perfect route. Blake looked it off, pumped, corner bit, set him up perfectly in the end zone. All he had to do is play, throw, and catch.
That was pretty nice. So that makes it 15-7 early in the second quarter. But now we've got Cardinal Gibbons keeping it on the ground for a 21-7 lead.
Yes, sir. It was just, you know, watching this game, and you hate to see it, but just Cardinal Gibbons too much tonight. John Hardy right there, former Wildcat, and it was pulling them on.
And we got to see Trayvon Brown again. We get to see Trayvon twice. How about that? And now I can tell you that it is getting worse for New Hanover against Cardinal Gibbons as down goes Blake Walston.
You know, they got behind, so they had to throw it, and the defense just started putting too much pressure, and Blake just didn't have the time to throw it. They, you know, had some receivers, but I tell my son every night, don't do drugs and you're not playing quarterback. Those are the two things, and I'd hate to be a quarterback in that situation. Didn't have time to throw the ball.
Final score is 31-13. The season is over for New Hanover. Cardinal Gibbons will move on. And Coach, you were at the game. You were at Legion Stadium tonight. This was not a good matchup for New Hanover High School.
Just looking at the size, you know, Cardinal Gibbons, they get to recruit. They get the players they want, and, you know, unlike New Hanover and Hoggard and Laney, you take what comes to your school, but, you know, it's a private school, they get to recruit, and I tell you what, they had some big old boys out there tonight, and it was just too much Crusaders for the Cats tonight.
All right, we are going to head to Charlotte right now to see a 3AA matchup between the West Brunswick Trojans and the Jacksonville Cardinals. And we're going to say hello to Bubba McCray. He's known for touchdowns, and this little 7-yard TD run is going to give West Brunswick a 6-0 lead over Jacksonville.
Great, just he does what Bubba does, right there, a little inside zone. He cuts it, gets in there, and fakes way, breaks the tackles, touchdown. Right now, Jacksonville responds back, and Coach Williams, and old legend coach from New Bern and Scotland County, built those two programs, now helping his son Bo and running that split back veer out of the gun and punches in. Right here, a little bubble screen with a running back and just too much Cardinals.
Cardinals ran all over West Brunswick. 313 yards rushing tonight for Jacksonville. 28-12 is your final score. The season ends for the Green Machine. All right, there is more football headed your way, more high school football. We have more second-round state playoff action. In fact, we've got a lot of second-round playoff action still ahead on this Thanksgiving holiday weekend as the 5th quarter rolls on. We are close to the midway point of tonight's 5th quarter. John Rendelman here with Kevin Motzinger. And before we move on, I got to ask you about your Thanksgiving last night, your Thanksgiving dinner, or whenever you ate it.
I ate too much. I was at me, Mom, and Papa's house and eating oyster dressing and turkey, and I ate too much. I'm a little sluggish. So
I'm a big stuffing guy.
You need my mother-in-law's oyster dressing and nothing like it.
Maybe next time.
Yes, sir.
Maybe next time I'll be invited.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to take you up on that. All right, what is our next game, by the way?
East Bladen.
East Bladen versus Aiden Griffin.
Yes, sir.
This was a good one, folks. And East Bladen would like to make a deep run in postseason play. They would love it. And for that to happen, they have to get past the Chargers from Aiden Griffin High School and begin with Coach Monica Whitehurst with a touchdown run for Aiden Griffin.
Let's watch this run. I mean, athletic, just shows how fast he is, quick feet. And you see the guy, coaches on the sidelines come over and want to see a replay of that and asking, if you got a replay, and then wow, you can read his lips. That's exactly right. Wow, what a great run. But that wow one run can't compete with number 21, Ethan Hines. He's just phenomenal football player, 28-yard touchdown run here. 3 touchdowns on the night, 162 yards.
I'll tell you what, it was nice. A nice little cut there by Ethan Hines. This game ends up going to overtime. Our only playoff game tonight that goes to overtime in our area. East wins in overtime, though, Coach, on an Xavier McDowell TD reception from quarterback Quentin Bedsall. So the Eagles from East Bladen High School move on. Your final score is 28-21. East Columbus gets to move on in the high school football state playoffs. Who will they play next? Well, we're about to find out. We're going to head to Columbus County. It is a shootout at the OK Corral between South Columbus and Fairmont. The winner of this game, Coach, gets to play East Bladen next week.
Yes, sir. You know, it's tough. We said it last week with Trask and Union. Anytime you've played a team in the regular season, have to turn around and play them again, it's really hard to beat a team twice. And these two teams went at it that last game in the regular season, and just really tough for them to come back and play each other. Dennis Leggett, I say it every week, loved watching that kid play. He had 5 touchdowns tonight. He comes off the sideline, you can see him. He's a phenomenal player.
All right, this was a high-scoring affair. What was the final score? 75 points for South Columbus. They win 75-42. How about that? South will host East Bladen next Friday. Our next stop is Whiteville, and this is going to be Whiteville versus Bessemer City. Coach, we have the pack in blue, and we have the pack on defense to begin this one for you.
Defense. I tell you what, you watch this film, and the pack came, and they were swarming like a pack. They were wolves, you know, traveling packs, and that's the way they played defense all night long. And Cameron Cartwright right here nearly takes the handoff, and defensive line played phenomenal.
All right, do we have Whiteville on offense? Yes, we have Whiteville scoring on offense in the first half. They take the lead, Coach, 7-0 lead.
Yes, sir. Bradley Pridgeon takes it for the first score. And Bessemer City had a long bus ride to get to Whiteville, and they're going to have an even longer bus ride coming home.
Bessemer led 12-7 going into the 4th quarter, but Whiteville is your winner, 13-12. How about that? We have a post-game report right now from the showdown, and for this, we turn to Dustin Dorsey.
Dustin Dorsey here at Legion Stadium, where the Wolfpack just came back and won 13-12 to move on to the playoffs. I'm here with Coach Luke Little. Coach, talk to me about this game.
We knew it was going to be tough. They haven't given up but 12 points a game all year. They're very good on defense, and luckily our defense held us in the game, and we were able to come up with 2 big plays.
What did you have to do offensively to keep going after losing Gaffney in the first half?
We got a freshman quarterback that's going to be pretty daggone good, Ty Moss, and he didn't skip a beat. He jumped right in there and took over.
I'm here with player of the game, Keyshawn Bellamy. Hey, man, take me through the game-winning touchdown.
Coach depended on me, man. He wanted me to score for him, not just do what I need to do. I got to give God glory. That's all I got to do, to give God glory. And my line for blocking for me, though. That's it.
This was an emotional game.
Yes, sir.
You know, coming from behind like that, losing your quarterback, how'd you guys rally back?
Just work hard. Depend on the team, work hard. That's it. That's all we did.
All right, man. Hey, thank you. Great game once again at Legion Stadium. For Keyshawn Bellamy, I'm Dustin Dorsey.
You watch the fifth quarter. Go Wolfpack.
Back to you guys.
Yes, you are watching the fifth quarter. Thank you, Keyshawn, for that shout-out. Thank you, Dustin Dorsey, for another outstanding job. That boy loves high school football.
You can see the passion in him. He does a great job and just love his fire and love his passion.
All right, so Whiteville gets to move on in the state playoffs. You know who Whiteville would like to play in about 3 weeks in the state finals?
Wallace Rose Hill.
Wallace Rose Hill, a 38-0 winner tonight in the East bracket. And Wallace could play Whiteville because Whiteville's, for some reason, in the West bracket, Coach.
Well, where they draw that line, and you got the northeast part of the state, and where that line's drawn, and the number of schools, and that pushes Whiteville to the west.
And Luke Little, the Whiteville head football coach, is very glad that he's in the west.
And if I was Luke, I'd want to be in the west too. I wouldn't want to see those dogs until the state championship.
All right, we are going to take a quick timeout right now, but first let's check out the scoreboard from the second round of the high school football state playoffs. All right, before we get to the play of the week for football, I want to let you know right now that the UNCW men's basketball team lost to Middle Tennessee State tonight, 68-63. The Seahawks are now 3-1 on the season. They were hoping to be 4-0 after this basketball game. Kevin Keats' squad will face Evansville tomorrow night in the second round of the Music City Challenge that's being played in Nashville, Tennessee.
Brought to you by Perry's Emporium.
For the Perry's Emporium Play of the Week, we are heading back to Greenville Rose High School, and we're seeing Josh Jones throw a nice completion to Colin Hare, coach, for our Perry's Emporium Play of the Week.
Again, we talked about it earlier, just what great focus, and this just comes down to want to. You know, this time of year, everybody can play, but sometimes it comes down to who wants it the most, and this young man, look at his eyes and concentration. What a phenomenal catch by number 82, Colin Hare.
He may have to do this a couple times next week on the road in Laurinburg against Scotland County.
Yes, sir. May have to do it more than a couple. Scotland's been the best team in the East for the last several years, until somebody dethrones them. That's the way it is.
I know Viking fans would love for that game to be a close one. One game I'm pretty sure will be a close one next Friday in the third round of the state playoffs will be East Bladen at South Columbus, and this won't be the first time they've played each other this year.
So we talked about that earlier. It's hard to beat a team twice. And South won that last matchup. To beat them twice, that's going to be very difficult.
But it was 3 months ago. It was early in the season. Still make a difference or not?
But they're still young kids. Their brain still functions a lot better than us older folks. They have short-term memory, and they're going to remember every play.
Did you just diss me on live TV?
No, I was talking about myself.
Oh my God. Thank you for watching tonight's fifth quarter, everybody. Coach Motsinger and I plan to both be back next Friday. Lots of football next Friday, and we hope to see you then. Good night, everybody. Continue to have a great Thanksgiving weekend. We enjoyed ours, and we want to continue to have you enjoy yours.